Betty, or whoever is here, thank you for coming again, especially because I know I titillated your curiosity with my amazing tweet this afternoon, basically saying that I have no idea what I'm going to be doing tonight. So if you did come, appreciate it. You're just here to hang out while me and Coffee probably just fuck around. I don't know, but yeah, so if you've never been to the show before, if you're watching this and you haven't watched any previous shows, this is Let's Figure It Out, the show where I look stupid so that you don't have to. Basically, the concept of this show is trying to figure out AI art tools specifically. The fact that it can be incredibly difficult, that we all cry, we all bang our head against the walls, and we all feel really stupid while we're doing it. And then we go on Twitter and we see everybody like doing a really good job, and we go, well, why does it look easy when they do it and not when I do it? And it's not easy when they, well, I don't know. I think for some people it might be easy, but for most of us, it's not. And so I decided to just live stream myself going through that crazy process of banging your head against the wall and learning, because we're here to learn. And I have to say, guys, I apologize for not having much. Usually I have like this is what I want to figure out, and I'm very excited about it. But I don't know. I feel like we should just have the whole show talking about burnout, because I am burnt out. And I don't know if it is because of the holidays coming up and you finally get to take a breath and then suddenly you realize like how exhausted you are. But I'm kind of burnt out. And I also don't know if it's just because maybe there wasn't anything exciting to figure out this week. I don't know. I was kind of excited about some of Tom Lake's robots messing around with the depth to image thing with the new stable. But I think we've all been struggling with new stable a little bit, and it's been a struggle. So we're going to keep struggling. We're going to keep seeing, and maybe we'll find some fun things, because I think what happens when you burn out, what you really need to do is you need to just go, okay, I'm just going to play. I'm just going to fucking play. I'm not going to have a plan. I'm not going to we're going to try to figure some stuff out, but it's not the end of the world if we don't. We're just going to play, fuck around, and see if we can do some things that we're a little bit interested in. And sometimes, I'm not going to say all the time, but sometimes that really freaking works. And you discover something new and exciting and you get jazzed again. I'm not putting a whole lot of hope on that happening tonight, but maybe it will. At least we're giving ourselves a chance, right? So you all know and love Coffee Vectors. All of our who's here? Can I click on it? Oh, nobody. Coffee, this is going to be a great show. Come on in. It's just us fucking around. And you know what? I am kind of super excited. Great. I can just hang out with Coffee and we can talk about, I don't know, whatever the fuck we want to talk about.
Well, I actually had a question. How are things progressing with that documentary that you were kind of trying to start up?
Well, they're currently on hold, mainly because, I don't know, maybe I'll go somewhere else, but so I'm doing it with a friend of mine I'm in talks with a friend of mine who works at HBO, so works for Jigsaw. I don't know if you know the Jigsaw production company, but they do a lot of really great, I don't even know if I'm not naming them, so it's fine. But, and, they're they have been doing investigative journalism for a while and that kind of stuff. So, but they're not the runner of Jigsaw, you know what I mean? So they'd have to pitch it. And so we were trying to put together a pitch, and we decided to go with trying to get some like articles printed first around like the same idea.
Okay.
So that we would have like a, hey, look, people are interested in this story, like these stories, and we had a bite from a couple of newspapers. One of them was the LA Times, and then we got pushed. And I'm saying we because it's not really, I'm not a journalist, I don't do it, but she got they pushed her story because of ChatGPT. So yeah, and because I guess it was more interesting, which I guess maybe it is. I don't know. It was pretty interesting, but they pushed her story, so now it's not going to happen until after the holidays. And then
Gotcha.
once that happens, we're gonna pitch. I think there was like maybe another thing. I don't know. So it's it's fucking Hollywood. It takes forever.
Yeah, I'm super curious about how ChatGPT is going to affect the whole AI art conversation.
I know. Me too. I don't know if it's going to affect like. I think what's really interesting about it, and I've talked about this a little bit on Twitter, is like how, and maybe it's because we're not there yet, and maybe it's because it's like so wide a range of what it's affecting, but how like there's so much vitriol like coming from artists around AI art, but like
Right.
everyone's just pumped for ChatGPT.
Yeah,
like
that's what's so funny about it, right?
Yeah. But I was like, maybe they just haven't thought about it long enough, or maybe, I mean, I've seen a couple tweets of people being like, this is bad.
I saw one of my favorite TikToks recently was a guy who he was live on stage and he asked ChatGPT to write a sonnet in Shakespearean style that rhymed about being in the bathroom, a public bathroom while you're pooping, and the fear
Nice.
you feel when you can tell people can see your feet. And it wrote it. And the guy was
I
like, and he was like, oh man, we're screwed. Like,
yeah. My boo is a comedian, and I was like, you need to pitch this show at UCB to do like a live AI chat like sketch competition. Like, so like you come in and like you get comedians to come in, and basically they'll come in with like a prop, and then you'll get like a suggestion from the audience as to like what their character will be. And so you have like 4 people on a team, so you'd have like like Cocaine Bear with a stuffed elf, and then you just tell ChatGPT, okay, like write a 5-minute sketch with like and then write in all the characters and have it do it, and then they have to go and they have like 20 minutes to rehearse it and then come back and do it. And then like while they're rehearsing, you could do so many other things where you could like improv with it, because there's, I don't know if you've seen this, but they've made like one where you can, instead of typing, you can vocalize. So like basically just like what people do when they can't type. What's it called? Like when you talk into your phone and it like types it out for you.
Oh, right. It like transcribes it.
Transcribes it. Yeah. So they have like one where they've made a ChatGPT where like you can talk to it and it'll like respond. And I was like, well, you could have like an improv scene with it, because you can also give it like a personality. Like you can say, hey, for like the next, like from now on when I'm talking to you, like act like you're like my mother who is like really disappointed that I didn't clean my room or something like that.
That's genius. I would love to see if it responds fast enough. Yeah.
I know. Or you could like have it write like a character monologue, and like you'd have to do it. There's a lot of fun things like in the imp. I feel like it'd be really good for like indie, like not indie, I guess, because it's UCB, but like anyway, he does these stuff at UCB, and I was like, pitch it, and he did. And so I hope that they pick it up.
Have you done much with having ChatGPT answer you as different characters?
I haven't. I've done it once. We did one thing over the weekend that was crazy, where because we're like, there's this thing that he's doing where he'll it's like a completely separate thing, but like someone was like, hey, can you, for like this app or whatever that I'm doing, like can you write a choose your own adventure story?
Right.
And he's like, I don't really feel like doing that. And I was like, I bet. Because choose your own adventures are hard, right? Because you have to write until you get to like the choice.
Yeah.
And then you have to branch.
Yeah.
And then you have to branch again. And then you have to pull all the branches back together. And so basically you're writing like 20 different stories that all come back together. And you have to like keep track of it. So it's like hard. It's like not something you really want to do. And it's like, I bet ChatGPT could do it.
Yeah.
And we asked it and we're like, hey, can you write like a choose your own adventure story? Can you lay out all the branches and then like have all the branches merge back together? And it fucking did it. And I was like, that is insane. Like that is insane.
It's funny too, because I had a friend, he has a producer that is like the worst client he's ever worked with. And I was telling him about ChatGPT, and he was like, how would I write a letter that says, fuck you, I'm going to sue you, but in a nice way? And it's funny because it wrote it, and then he was like, it's still too nice. So then we had ChatGPT like go really aggro.
Yeah.
And it wrote like, it was cursing. It was just like, this is bullshit. I can't believe you overstepped the line. And I was like, ChatGPT.
Oh my goodness. Hi, Ian. Thanks for joining us. We're really just hanging out today, to be perfectly honest. We might move into figuring some things out, but it's a pretty chill show, as I was saying before to nobody, because nobody was here, but I was still saying it in case anyone rewatches this, is that I've hit burnout. I've hit pretty bad burnout. So we're just kind of hanging out, and coffee has been good enough to come hang out with me and chat, and we'll maybe figure some stuff out, because I know that we still want to give it a try. So I think we will give some of these things a try, right? Are we going to give it a try? I don't know. I don't even know what we're doing.
What do you want to start with? Do you want to go with 2.1 first?
I'll give a quick overview. I did it like 5 minutes before the show started because I didn't want to. Well, let's see if it worked. But
Were you downloading something?
Yeah, I was downloading something. But I just followed the thing that you sent me, so I'll put it in the chat for anyone who wants to do it later. Yeah, man. Several hours. Yeah.
What did you do with ChatGPT?
What did you do with it, Ian? So this is the thing for setting up it with SD 2.1 onto your automatic, and it's literally the exact same thing that we did with 2. You just download the checkpoint and you download the YAML, and then which is weird because it won't let me rename it.
It won't let you rename the YAML?
Yeah, or won't let me get rid of it. It already like doesn't have the dot text at the end, so I don't know if this is going to work or not.
Are you on a PC?
I am on a PC.
I forget, you have to turn on the file extension in the Explorer. That's what I had to do. How did I do that?
In the Explorer. What's the Explorer? I'm so bad. This is that like these 2 hours are the only time I ever use a PC. Other times I'm always on a Mac. So I'm always on here and I'm like, wait, how does it work? What's the Explorer? Is that this thing down here? I'm not sure. I should share my screen.
Yeah, it's just where you see all the files you're looking through. Let me just, you have to turn on the file name extension. Let me just see how I did that.
I might keep Christmas up, or I'm going to put my thing back up. Yeah, write some Python code, other code, write 5-paragraph essay on how Pip could have acted differently. Nice. Did it come up with a good response for that? How could have Pip acted differently? Oh, it failed miserably at the last. Damn.
All right, so you're in the Explorer.
Yeah, it's not always on point.
Do you see, yours is slightly different than mine. Go to View, and what does it open when you click on View?
Oh, okay, so it's maybe something in here. Oh, file name extensions. There it is.
Yeah, I renamed that.
Yay! Look at us.
We already figured one thing out. Where's the tally? We have to,
I know.
write this down.
I should have like a little tally in the corner where I check things off, but we did.
Yeah, we have a score at the end of
you know
each
what?
episode.
That wasn't in the YouTube video. That wasn't in the YouTube video. It was just already like that. And this is why YouTube videos are. This is why I always say this is a great show. And no one's coming to today because my tweet was literally like, I don't know.
It would be fun though if we did keep a tally, because at
I
like
know we should.
the end of a month, we could be like, we figured 36 of 70 things out.
And every time you figure out different stuff, I'm like looking for a piece of paper. And I feel like, I swear to God, that I had like a tiny whiteboard.
It could be like, whose line is it?
I have
anyway?
whiteboard things, so I know I have a whiteboard somewhere. I don't know where it went.
Where
Yeah, exactly. Let's just make it up.
It's just like
1,000 thing. We figured out 1,000 things.
Today I learned how to love myself. Isn't that great?
Yeah.
We should put that on the scoreboard there.
Every day I learn how to love myself. Let's be honest. Okay, so great. So it's all set up. Yay. Yeah, but it was easy. It was did do exactly what we did last show, but just with the new links from that YouTube video that I put in the chat. I need to don't leave your MetaMask on your Chrome. People can steal your shit. Okay, so that's another thing I got to figure out. I feel awful asking this. Coffee.
Yeah.
I know this music should be Do you do NFTs, or are you just like a cool person who fucks around with shit?
I wanted to do NFTs, but if I'm being honest, I've just been kind of like, it's been complicated enough that I haven't put effort into it. Like, I'm lazy. I guess is one way.
Honestly, I love it. I'm glad, and I'm glad that you haven't, because I would feel bad if you had and I didn't realize. So I was like, I don't think he does. Yeah. I put very minimal effort into it because it's a lot of effort.
Yeah, I mean, I've had friends certainly that like really made life-changing money with NFTs when it was going through its thing.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, how is it nowadays? I mean, we're pretty deep in the bear market, aren't we?
Oh, I haven't run it. We are, though, to be fair. So like sales, and I was listening to a space about this today, actually, where sales in general are down, but I think mainly because people are paying attention to like the difference between what sales were when people were doing like PFP kind of,
right?
Like the big like board yacht 8 club and like that kind of shit, and like that shit, I don't know, it's not really doing well anymore. But the one-of-one market, I feel like is doing really good, but I don't know if it's just because of like my Twitter bubble and like the people that like my friends,
right,
who are like super successful.
Yeah.
And so I'm just sitting here being like, wow, you guys are doing great.
Right.
Good to know. I'm not doing great, but you're doing great, and I love it. But like these are people whose this is their full-time fucking job. Like,
well, I think, yeah. Well, during things being great, I mean, everyone was trying to come out with like these collections, and I just feel like with AI art showing up out of nowhere, that's kind of really disrupted that particular type of NFT. Where it was just like, 50 variations on like one concept. And I mean, I can't imagine.
I mean, the artists that I know brand themselves well, so they hone into like a style, and then like that's their style. But Ian's a collector, so he's saying it's steadily rising. He probably knows a little bit more. Let's see, what's he saying? The overarching consensus is that art has generational styling power, but the PFP projects are generally limited to the lifespan of a team's persistence. I think that's very true. And in the bear market, I am not going to say that I predicted this because a lot of people were saying it, but
Right.
I was saying along with all of these other people that PFPs are going to die. And art is going to be the thing that really like is going to be what NFTs are, I feel like.
So my knowledge of the whole NFT space is kind of spotty. So like, I just thought PFPs are just like a picture that's used for profiles. Am I right? Is that what that is?
I mean, kind of, but like, they're like these big. Honestly, mine is pretty spotty too because I just have no interest in it at all. And if I don't have interest in something, I'm not gonna figure anything out about it.
Right.
But from what I sort of hear on the sideline is, I mean, what you kind of hear about it is like, yeah, it's the PFP, but then like also they like, and this is what I don't understand is they like try to like make it like, oh, but it has utility,
Right.
which I don't even really understand. But like you become part of a club, and I guess like they have certain things. I don't know. To me, it just sounds like Pogs. Like that's the way I think of it. It's like Pogs. Like they're collectibles, but you know, like no one collects Pogs anymore. I don't know.
Pogs, I love that you said that.
I mean, maybe people collect Pogs still. There's probably some people that collect Pogs.
But yeah, I see what Ian's saying. It's sort of like a membership card in a way.
Yeah. And now I think it's really going that way. Like huge corporations are picking it up. Like I have a friend who works in Paramount, who does like all of their marketing and stuff, and they are like delving into NFTs, where it's like basically you buy, and I don't even understand it. It's basically like a subscription.
Right.
It's like a subscription token. I think Starbucks does. I don't know. So like what he said is it's something about like on the back end, it's just easier on the back end. It's like basically a subscription, but for the people on the back end, it makes it a lot easier for them to like deal with these subscription things than like having just like people log in with like a user code or something. But I don't know.
It's so funny to me.
Ian's saying some stuff.
Yeah. Was it voting mechanism for charities? Yeah. I mean, it's kind of funny that we're dealing with crypto, NFTs, AI art, and ChatGPT like all together. You ever think about like how crazy this all is?
It's all friggin' crazy. It's all freaking crazy. But you know what I don't like is part of what I don't like is that AI is so wrapped up in NFTs. Like, because like, okay, I can totally support the idea behind the NFTs, especially when it comes to one-on-one art. Like, obviously, like provenance with digital art is like important and exciting. I hate the fact that NFTs, for the most part, are connected directly to crypto, and there's no way for people to use fiat in order to like access it, except for like some like Nifty does that. Like you can pay and be paid in fiat, and so I don't know why they can do it, but other people can't do it. But it's like so wrapped up in crypto. So it's like AI is wrapped up into NFTs, which have like kind of a bad rap. And then NFTs are wrapped up in crypto, which has like another kind of bad rap. And then it's like, can't we like, let's get away from NFTs. Like, let's get into like galleries and shit. But then like still somehow have like the blockchain digitized like signature or whatever it is.
I think of the things. I just think about all the things that are a little too complicated for how I'm feeling that day, and I'm like, I'm not going to do this, you know? And just how many people are like, a crypto wallet, I'm okay, and then they go to Netflix or whatever's just right in front of them, right?
Yeah, exactly. Though maybe it'll all be NFT soon. I don't know. Here's it. Okay, so I think Ian knows a little bit. Let's read it. Point about various 10K PFP projects and then prospect of mainstream adoption. 100 million coming on board. Okay, this is like saying get pulled to me. I don't really understand.
Get pulled.
It's gonna be my first.
By the way, it's a little off topic, but I saw this other TikTok on ChatGPT where this guy asked ChatGPT what's confusing about GitHub, and it like wrote out like, oh, like git pull. It's confusing because you're actually sending something, not pulling. And then ChatGPT like wrote hypothetical commands that would make more sense to regular people.
Oh, that makes me so happy. What did it come
Yeah,
up with? Get
I forget
push,
exactly. It was like
get send.
like saving something is like a commit, and it's like, well, that can be confusing to people, and so it was just writing it into like more normal language as how we use these words.
Yeah.
But all right, so where are we with Stable Diffusion?
I mean, I did it. We can like, I don't even know if I can do a test really, because you need like a good prompt. I don't have a good 2.1 prompt.
I don't think it's too different from just Stable Diffusion 2.
Yeah, I don't even have one of those. Let me see if I can get one. Just see if it's working.
Well, it's December. It's up to Christmas, so maybe we stick with the snowy theme. If you're into that.
Ooh, let's do. I love Christmas. You have no idea how much I love Christmas.
Yeah, you're a big Christmas person.
I'm a
Okay.
huge Christmas person.
I gotta get better about that. I think the Grinch in me came out years ago, and
No.
I don't hate Christmas. I'm just kind of neutral. I need to rediscover the love and magic. That's going to be a thing we figure out. How do we get coffee to love Christmas again? That's
how do we? Is that what that's what we're figuring out today? Great.
You know, part of it, I'm not good at giving gifts.
Giving gifts is hard.
Yeah. Okay. You feel that way too?
Yeah. I love giving like a good gift, like ooh, like a real thoughtful gift. Like I'm that kind of person who like overthinks their gift. I'm like, nah, it's got to be it can't be something crappy. It's got to be something that's like meaningful.
Right.
Like starting at like August, I start like clocking what people are saying, you know,
really?
like about what they want and stuff.
Wow. Okay.
But then if you can't figure it out, it feels bad.
Yeah, you know, I guess what you're saying is like I have to remember those kind of like flags.
I have like a note. I have like a note thing.
Really?
And I'll like write. But to be fair, it's like only for like 3 people in my life that I really care about. Everyone else,
yeah,
whatever. Secret Santa, I don't care.
This might be a big question, but what do you think the best gift you've ever given was in terms of their response to you getting it?
I don't know if this was the best gift I've ever given, but I think back on it with a lot of pride.
Right.
And so my boo Mac, his computer like busted really bad. It wasn't busted, it was just like old and stuff. And it was like causing him just a nightmare at his job, but he didn't have enough money to replace it. And so I contacted like his whole friend group and I was like, hey,
wow,
like let's make a pool and like pool all our money and buy him like a new Mac computer, like a new laptop or whatever. And so I somehow managed to, I ended up putting in a little bit more, but managed to do it and like didn't end up having to spend that much money and everyone felt good. And then we had, this was for his birthday. This wasn't Christmas. And then we had a birthday party and I was like, hey, can you look something up? And he was like, yeah, bring me out my computer. And I bring out the new computer. And then it was like a big surprise and it was fun.
Nice.
Yeah, nice. I was really proud of that one. I think because of the communal effort of it.
Well, that's interesting because it's just almost like if they can tell you put a lot of thought into it, like that itself is kind of a gift, don't you think?
Yes. And I think something doesn't have to necessarily be like, let's see if I can think of one that wasn't necessarily expensive. Than last year. Let me just, wait, hold on. I got to flip my hair because let me just talk about how amazing I am for a second. Okay.
Yes.
So last year, this is probably the best gift I've ever given. Maybe. Last year, so my dad passed away 10 years ago and my brother just has a new baby. She's like 1 she's 2 now. So last year she was 1. And he's like bummed because And we'd been talking earlier. He's like, she's never gonna know him, and you know, we loved our father very much, so we're very close to him, and so we're very sad about when he passed.
Right.
So I went to my mom's place, and I like went through the garage and I collected like all the pictures, like a bunch of like memorabilia, like all the letters and cards. Like there was like a box of like birthday cards that he had like written to us or like to my brother, like all this stuff, you know?
Wow. Yeah.
And then I scanned it all into the computer, and then I made like a Shutterfly photo book out of it, and I did it like a story so that Harlow, my niece, could like read it later and like learn all about him and like his life. So like showed like pictures when he was born and like what he did, like what he did as a kid. See
Yeah.
kids do that. And I did that, and you know, that was only $30. It was a lot of time, but
Right.
that was a good gift.
That sounds like it really hit the spot.
They'll probably never look at it. But you know, whatever. So it'll be like, I don't know, my granddad, a couple pictures of my granddad. I don't know.
Well, how old were they when you did that?
Oh, well, they haven't not looked at it yet. I'm sure they're only 2. So like yeah. But
well, it's funny because I just wrote ChatGPT, how do I rediscover my love for Christmas? And it gave me a list of ideas.
What did it tell you?
Well, there's a couple, but let's see. One is take time to appreciate the beauty and magic of the season, watch the snowfall, admire the holiday lights, or visit a festive market.
The holiday lights are super important.
That's true. Like, there's all these Christmas trees and stuff. That does hit me in the mood. I guess I just have to like trigger myself into the Christmas vibe.
Yeah, Ian. Sorry to hear you lost your parents, but yeah, it is. And it's also hard to come back to Christmas after I definitely was not a big Christmas fan for like 4 or 5 years after my dad passed. And then I had to do exactly what you did, Coffee. I had to bring myself back. I just decided one year, I was like, fuck it. I'm going out. I'm buying a bunch of Christmas stuff. I'm going to get back into it. And now I'm back to it. And it always brings me a lot of joy. I like
I'm definitely going to ask ChatGPT for tips on how to give better gifts. This thing's going to turn my Christmas. The ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future are going to be in ChatGPT. In fact, I should ask it to tell me tips in the voices of those 3 characters.
You should, and it will do it.
ChatGPT
is our friend. Is our friend for everyone. And I am sorry to hear that, Ian. That is rough. My mom's mom died on Christmas too. That's crazy. Or my grandma died on Christmas.
Yeah. Wow.
But so that can be hard. But I love it. So a part of me is just can't deal with SD. But whatever. We have it in here. I have it in here now.
SD.
Stable diffusion. Figuring out the new stable diffusion. But let's try to do a training. I have it up. It's working. I don't think I have the newest version because I don't have.
So I don't know.
Depth to image. Have you done the depth to image yet?
Well, you know what's funny about that? I guess it's built in the Stable Diffusion, but I was using a Python script that was in that custom Python scripts for automatic, and it had a depth thing already there.
That's what it is.
Yeah, I think it might be different because the stuff Tom Likes Robots is doing is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's different, but I guess I'll have to try out the official depth to image stuff.
I'm trying to see. I don't see anything updated recently, or nothing updated since our last meeting. So I don't know where it is. Should we ask Tom?
Yeah.
Tom, where'd you get it? Tom. I could Twitter him right now. I would, or we could we can try to do a training. I'm scared now to update stuff. But I should just update it.
Ian, I've never tried to write a Python script for Well, I mean, I've never tried to do anything like that before. I'm sure with the help of ChatGPT, I will figure some stuff out.
Yeah. Oh. Can write a custom Python, integrate easily with it? Oh, okay. Ian knows how to do it.
I think Automatic even has a thing in his wiki about how to write the scripts. I feel like I saw something like that.
So that's how he's doing it? It's not through... I feel like it was just like, in Automatic's new update, it has a thingy thing. Custom scripts? Oh, developing custom scripts.
Yeah. The thing that Tom's doing, I'm not sure. I didn't look into like what he was doing exactly.
When was the last time you updated your Automatic?
I think I have it set up to just update every time I start.
Oh, automatically update? Oh, yeah. So there's nothing in there now that's like in the drop down that says depth to image.
Yeah, I don't know exactly. I mean, I could look through Tom's tweets real quick.
I'm gonna look through it too. I think I have it bookmarked. I think I have one of his things bookmarked. Yeah.
Because usually I'll just go through all the Stable Diffusion related YouTubes and just see all the tutorials.
I forgot. I need to look at that too. Here it is. With Automatic's implementation of Stable Diffusion 2's depth to image, scaling the denoising value. So this makes it sound like it's doing that. It's something that's already in there.
Interesting.
I'm gonna message him.
We're on the show and we wanted to ask.
Yeah, I won't do it like in front of everybody, but maybe that's weird. Hey Tom, I saw the tweet you did. This is basically how I learn everything. This is how you learn everything, Coffee. I just like DM
you DM people, yeah.
Or like go through all their Twitter, like all the smart people are doing, and I'm like, hey.
How big was the 2.1 checkpoint? Ian's asking.
I don't know. I don't think it was any bigger than.
I'll check now.
It usually was.
Yeah, I think it's probably the same size as 2, roughly.
Yeah, it took about 20 minutes to download.
It's about, it's about 5 gigs. Ian.
Oh, that's bigger. That's a little bit bigger than.
Yeah.
Probably not on. I feel like he's British. I don't know why. I just have like a sense. I just have a sense in my soul that he is.
I was talking to, I forget who I was talking to. I was like DMing them, and I think they might have been who you were talking to that was up at like 5 a.m. or something on one of your shows. Because I guess they were in Rome or something like that. I was like, what? Why are you up talking to me on the DMs?
Angry Penguin? Was it AP?
I think it either him or someone else.
Yeah, Angry Penguin. Oh no, it was Nitrosock.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, Nitrosock. Yeah, he told me what time it was after the show, like the day after, and I was like, "You're not allowed to come on the show again. Like, what are you doing? You need to be in bed. Sorry, you're not allowed to come."
Although I do love how global, like, this whole community is, like, right away.
Yeah.
You know, like I follow quite a few Japanese people on Twitter, and I just have to translate all their tweets because I don't know what the heck they're saying.
Yeah. That is crazy. I don't think I have anybody where I have to translate tweets for.
Yeah, I think it's just it's just the Japanese Twitter people.
Man, Ian, that'll definitely end up, especially Unreal Engine. Jesus. You have Unreal Engine too, right, Coffee?
Yeah.
Or you just use Blender? No, you use Unreal Engine too?
Yeah, I have a bunch of, because I kind of just like cycle through them to try and figure stuff out. But yeah.
Okay, let's try.
What's that?
I said, let's try and train something.
Yeah, so.
What did we learn about these different things?
Do you have any images kind of ready to go to train something? Because I guess that's
I'll use this. Right? I'll use the same thing that I used for my model training. I think it's going to not do very well, but we can use it.
All right, yeah, I guess you...
Unless, does it have to be 768? Because I'm using 768? If it does, then I might have to
Oh, that's an interesting question.
rerun them through Burmy.
Yeah, I don't know, but let's just change them up and see what happens. They
Yeah,
probably should
I'll
be
do one.
768. I think the
I'll do one
downside
where
is it takes longer.
Probably, yeah. Desktop. I mean, we're gonna set this up and then we're not gonna have anything to do, but it's gonna be fine. Maybe Tom will get back to us. We can play with the hi Booby. Though we can't. I was talking to my dog. That was weird. Hi Booby. Come here. Say hello. This is Bert. He wants to be in my lap, and so he shall be. Okay, so what was I doing? Oh, I was looking for my desktop. Somewhere on here. Here it is. So I have... Oh, I already have a 768. Great. Okay, so we don't need to do that. Great. Okay, yeah.
Cool.
So I have it.
So yeah, I think you're in the right spot.
Okay. So what's the difference between create embedding, create hyper network?
Right. So hyper networks is a whole other thing. So I think for training, you have Dream Diffusion, which is like, it makes it not Dream Diffusion, Dream Booth, which makes
a model. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you have the embeddings, and then you have hyper networks, and then you have, what's the other thing? Aesthetic gradients. That's the other thing. Yeah. So I think there's 4 ways to train. And I forget exactly, like, I think most people, or at least the people I've talked to, have said you combine hyper network with aesthetic gradients, and those work pretty well. But I forget the argument as to why you would use that versus textual version. But the thing I don't like about Dream Booth is I have to change the entire checkpoint. You know, like
which I still haven't learned how to do. You have to like decode it, or like not decode it, like translate it or something for it to work on automatic now, right? Otherwise,
the checkpoints.
For checkpoints, yeah.
Oh, I don't know about that. Maybe I'm missing something. But I think the thing that I like about the stuff that isn't Dream Booth is, like, you know, if you wanted to train something and throw it into the Arcane Diffusion, you know, it'll just sit on top of the checkpoint. At least that's my understanding. Yeah.
You can also merge checkpoints too, though.
Right. But
which I have done. Like I merged the Arcane and the Disney one once, and that was kind of fun.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of cool with the other versions, though. That's like you can just download something that's under like a megabyte, and it just, like, you know, goes. All right.
A checkpoint that's under a megabyte?
No, the textual inversions, the aesthetic gradients, and the hyper networks. Yeah.
Right. Those are all small, which is nice about them, I guess. But I feel like that also makes them not work as well. But whatever, it doesn't mind. Let's give it a shot and see.
So yeah, I think you start with the name, and then you just type all that stuff in.
And this is the token name, right? So this is like what I would.
Yeah, I think name and the initialization text can be the same. So I think you just write something obscure that you don't think Stable Diffusion already has latent space for. I think some people are using like a noun and then numbers just as like a quick way to do it, you know?
I don't think Armley style is in there.
All right, that's cool. So. And then
but I can do this. I could do this. 2, 4, 6. Oh. I have any of the you and or coffee. If Ian and or coffee are theater nerds, you'll get that. If you're not, then you won't. Then we'll just move on.
I think the number of tokens from the tutorial said it should be 8 to 10 tokens or vectors per token.
Really? I feel like that's higher than what I did before. But
what did you do before?
I feel like I ended up doing smaller. I feel like I did like 3 or something.
3? Okay.
But maybe not. Maybe I did it.
I
think I tried to do it and it was like overtrained, and so then I brought it down. But let's see. Let's do it at 8. If that's what it says, let's do it at 8, and then we can mess around with it. I actually don't think that these take as long.
Right.
Okay, so then I create embedding.
Oh, wait. No, you don't do that yet. You have to go to, so you go to the pre-processing images.
Right.
Yeah, and that's where you do the input
Oh,
output
'cause-
directories. So I guess you
Okay.
pointed
I mean,
out-
it already has done. I already kind of did this with Burmy, but I didn't create the flipped. So I guess we can do that.
Mhm.
How do I copy a direct? Oh, here? No.
It should be.
There we
let
go.
me look. Yeah. Yeah, copy is path. You got that?
And I'll just make up something, a folder, and I should put it in there. Okay. Existing caption text action. Oh, I will be right back.
Yeah, go ahead and do that. Yeah, using that thing called voice mod. It's pretty cool. You can just change up your voices pretty quickly.
Like here I'm some spellcasting badass. It's a little gross, this voice, but it's pretty cool using this. There's another voice mod that's not out yet, but that one I think lets you do celebrity stuff. Voice mod. VoicemOD. Did you get that, Ian? But yeah, there's another one coming out that I thought was pretty cool. The guy was like, he could turn himself into like Rick and Morty and things like that. I don't know how long that's going to take to come out, but yeah, voice mod, that's right. What's funny is I want to get a voice mod for Twitter Spaces, but I think I need to find like a hardware voice like changer. I'll probably try and become a VTuber at some point.
Yeah, do it.
I'll be a young anime robot or something.
I feel bad. I had a grocery delivery and I think they were standing out there for a hot second. I hope they came up. Guess we'll find out. Apartment living. Okay. Existing caption text action. I guess we just ignore it.
Oh wait, existing caption. Yeah, I don't know what that one is. I think this might be newer than the tutorial I was watching.
It is, I think, because it's newer than the one that I remember when I did this. It wasn't.
Yeah, I guess we just go with ignore. I'm not sure what it is.
I'm gonna create flipped copies.
Yeah, let me see if there's anything in the wiki about existing caption text.
Autofocal point cropped. Use blip for caption. Use deep borrow for caption.
Yeah, so I think what the tutorial recommended was create the flip copies and use blip for caption.
Okay.
Deep
Then I guess you
Borrow is
do
more
want it. Oh, go ahead.
Deep Borrow is more for like the anime stuff.
Oh, okay.
Autofocal point crop, I'm not sure what that is. And there doesn't seem to be any hovering tooltips.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess for now, let's do. Yeah.
I think autofocal point crop is like if these weren't already squares, it would be cropping it to that size.
Right. That makes sense.
And it would be like picking it. So let's do it. Let's do it.
So I'm just reading the wiki right now just to see a couple things.
Yeah, I think this takes like a minute or two, if I remember correctly.
Did we set up?
Sorry, keep talking. I still have.
Yeah, do we need to set up like the learning rate and stuff like that?
The learning rate? I don't know. Do I have two? I only have one. Where's the other one? Hey, come on. Come on. Oh, Jesus. can't leave them out alone anymore because one of them has pica and he'll eat anything. And then he'll end up going to the hospital.
Well,
okay.
So I think, we've created the embedding, and then we do the pre-processed images, which you did that, I think. And then we go to train. It's still loading. Okay.
Yeah.
And then here, it seems to be mixed with HyperNetwork. So I'm trying to figure out how that works since we're not training a HyperNetwork. So I think we choose an embedding.
We create an embedding after this is done.
Okay, so the embedding you created, I think you select it in the once you're in the train tab.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, so we didn't even really do anything in here.
I think you click create embedding to like create the file.
Oh, did I need to do that before I pre-processed the images?
According to the wiki, I think you create the embedding first, then pre-process, then train.
Oh, well, then I screwed it up.
Well, I don't know any more than you other than what's in this wiki. So.
Well, let's follow the directions. Maybe that's why it's taking so long.
Yeah, so create the embedding. Hold on.
I'm going to answer you in a second, Ian. I see it. I've got it up there so that I can answer you. Actually, I'll answer you right now. I have no idea. It might be something that I have to set up that I haven't set up. Because I was like, who would want to pay me money? But I think there is like a subscription option, and there is. If you're not seeing it, then there isn't a way to do it. I haven't set it up. Maybe I will. Maybe people will randomly want to tip me. Okay, great. Well, I'll add it to my list of things that I've like most of the things that I do outside of trying to learn AI. Twitch, I have done very little to learn how to figure out how to use Twitch. This won't interrupt. Should I just restart it or?
Wait, what happened?
It's so much. $6.99. Okay, pre-processing it, interrupted. Great. Okay, so I create the embedding first. I didn't do this. So when I create the embedding, okay. And then do I put that somewhere here? Oh, that doesn't.
I think it just creates the PT file in the embeddings folder for you when you click on create embedding.
It did. So I created the embedding.
Then I think we go to pre-process images.
And that doesn't have anything to do with the embedding. I don't have to put this file anywhere.
I think that's going to show up in the train tab after we pre-process the images.
Oh, well, I should have just done that. We'll put number 2 here and we'll start again.
Yeah. And I guess with pre-processing, it's just like flipping them and then trying to do that.
Okay, but at least here, I think we did need to do it because when I tried to do it without the embedding, it just sat on loading and it didn't do anything. And now it's actually
okay. That's good to know.
Doing something. So, okay, well, where's our list? Where's our checklist? We learned something.
Yeah, that's 2 or 3 things. We weren't really keeping tabs.
I mean, it has at least 7, I think. 7.
Yeah. 327 tallies.
300
because learning to love Christmas again is like 100 lessons, I think.
That is 100 lessons.
That's 100 lessons, yeah.
That's 100 lessons.
Just looking through the training.
Okay, great. So we're done. So embedding, I put.
And I think you select.
It's right there.
Right. The learning rate.
HyperNetwork?
I think let's just skip that because it's not mentioned. Yeah. The embedding rate, the default seems good according to what I'm reading. We just ignore HyperNetwork.
Learning rate. See, this is the shit that I wish I just knew. Coffee. Are we gonna in the new year? Are we gonna do a show where we just learn machine learning together? Where we just take a course together? You were the one I was talking to that about, right?
Yeah. No,
Okay.
I mean, actually, a couple of years ago, I took like an online course about it, so I have like a very rough, old understanding of it. But I'm actually super interested in how much faster it might learn having access to ChatGPT.
That is true.
Yeah,
that is true.
I mean, for the past several years, I've been teaching myself like so many things
Yeah.
And ChatGPT is just like, it's hard to go back to Google because like
I
I'm
know.
imagine now that Google, I can't just ask Google a direct question.
Though also its learning is way behind though, because it was taught in 2021. So
Right. I mean, there's just like simple stuff, like actually even today I just found out this thing where you can take the transcript from a YouTube video and put it directly into ChatGPT, and you
aw,
can
thanks,
ask it,
Dan.
like to summarize key points and like all this stuff. So I think it's
Yeah.
going to be much easier to learn all this stuff with ChatGPT, like just being able to
Oh,
like,
I think so too.
yeah, because I think being able to, I have to relearn.
But
how
we
to
couldn't ask
questions.
ChatGPT about this. It wouldn't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I mean, imagine though. Wow, that'd be crazy.
I know. That's why I wish it was like up to date. I would be like, oh my God. Or like constantly being updated. I mean, someday it will be, obviously, but
I mean, it would be so interesting if there was some way to add like Dream Booth type functionality to it, where it's like we could train it on understanding textual inversion, and then you could just ask it questions.
oh, that's a great idea. Yeah. Something like
I have
that.
no idea if that's even realistic, but
What I really want is for them to incorporate like the ChatGPT like question answer kind of like knowledge into art prompting, so that you could have the same sort of thing where like you're prompting an image and then you're like, I really like that, but can you replace that girl in there with like a cow, because I'd rather it be like a cow.
yeah,
And then
I mean, I bet we'll be there. Like,
I bet we will too. Someone do it. Somebody make it. Is Scotty on here? Scotty, I know you have like 100 projects, but drum them, make that.
It's kind of funny because I wonder if in a year or two we're gonna be like, remember when we used to prompt? Remember?
I know, right?
I mean, I don't think
I
people
already do that.
Yeah, I don't think we really
remember Disco Diffusion.
Like, I haven't wrote trending on ArtStation in a long time, and I just think about like we're just gonna be like, oh, I just asked the computer to make something and it just does it.
Yeah.
It's
pretty
crazy.
Okay.
So we're at the learning rate.
I can't imagine 5 years from now. Like, it's insane. Okay, so learning rate, batch size.
Yeah, batch size has a hover tooltip, but it just says how many images to create. So I'm not sure what that's referring to.
Yeah, why would we need more?
Unless that's in reference to HyperNetwork. Well, it might be. Because the next thing on after learning rate in the
is that
wiki,
gradient accumulation thing.
Yeah, in the wiki, it goes from learning rate to dataset directory. So I guess we just skip batch size and gradient accumulation and go to data directory. So I guess that just points to where you're training images
directory with images. So that's, I hope I did it on my desktop. Oh yeah, here it is. Why is there like a text in here for each of, I guess there has to be a text. Okay, so I just connect it to this.
Hey Ian, what do you think he meant by solved or solving image generation? It's funny, I wonder, because I don't think Imad's only working on Stable Diffusion. I think there's a bunch of different AI generators.
Stability is actually like a really fascinating company. And Stable Diffusion is like such a small part of it. Like they started, I don't know if I'm saying stuff that you already know, but they actually started as a COVID tracking company.
Like, I didn't know that.
Using AI to like fix the COVID tracking problem, which I guess Imad says that they did. And then their second big project was like creating an AI like tablet that could teach refugee children like basic like math and language skill, like basic educational skills, because they're like in the refugee camps and they don't have a way to like be in classes and stuff like that. And that was like their second big project. And they have like fingers in, I think it's like open bio AI or something. So they have like they have a health AI like department. They've got like tons. They have like an education like department. They've got all sorts of stuff, and like Stable Diffusion is like just this one tiny part of it, and all the other stuff that they're doing is like world change, like, you know, like these like really like amazing, like, you know, like the kind of things that you think like, you know, like not Mother Teresa, but you know what I mean?
I
like,
get you, yeah.
Those kind of things. And then it's like, but they're like claim to fame is like this thing that can make pictures. And you're just like, okay.
Well, didn't they have like a conference like a month or two ago?
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I saw some video on
something in San
like,
Francisco, I think, maybe, or something.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I want to go to that thing. I want to meet SD people.
I mean, when I like hear interviews with like Emad, and when he talks about like the bigger stability AI, like that shit really jazzes me. Like that's the stuff that like I love the art stuff and I think it's great, but like, and it's a little utopian, but it's like, yeah, let's fucking cure cancer, bitches! Like, come on!
So we cured cancer, and we made all these photos of cows drinking Kool-Aid.
I know, right? Like,
and you're like, oh, who knew those things were related? That's really great.
Let me catch up with Ian for a second.
Sure.
And David said he feels. Oh, you asked him the question about what he thought solving it would be. And he said, my interpretation of that is that he feels that we will be able to create whatever we want using a tool effectively. That's my interpretation too. I think what he meant is like, we're not going to keep running into these issues of we have to learn a whole new prompt language every time there's an update. And we have to like, you know, we're going to get to a point where it's just like, we can literally somehow make it do exactly what we want to do.
What's kind of funny is I imagine in like 1 to 5 years, we'll be in the know, but we'll still know people in our social circles that don't know anything about this, and we'll just show it to them and their minds will be blown. You know, like
I wonder if it'll be like more like it's gonna infiltrate so silently that it's like people are just gonna kind of be like, oh yeah, that's just how it is. But they're not gonna have like realized. Do you know what I mean? Like kind of like the internet. Like it was kind of mind-boggling, but at the same time, it was just suddenly like, oh, I mean, I'm old enough that I grew up pre-internet.
Mm-hmm.
I was young, but I remember pre-internet.
Right.
And like I remember when internet came and it being like, oh, this is really cool. And a lot of the same issues of like with education, because I think I was like in school and everyone was like, oh, well, you can't like know Wikipedia, you know, or like you can't don't use anything that you found online, and like the internet's going to destroy like our education system and like all this kind of stuff. But like I don't remember it being like I just remember like one day it was just like, oh, we have internet, like, oh, it's just internet, you know.
Yeah.
I'm just on AOL now, like what do you want from me, like, you know. It's just like I like if it just becomes part of the culture, like it's just like suddenly accepted. And people aren't like mind boggled by it. They're just like, oh yeah.
Right. Well, I think that actually boils down to like the UX and UI part of things, right? So I was like listening to this one podcast where they were talking about how ChatGPT's technology is not like super crazy different than like when GPT-3 came out.
Yeah, it's like the same thing. It's just a UI. Yeah. That now people can use easily.
Yeah, and they're saying like actually, I have a friend who, you remember Watson, the IBM AI that played Jeopardy? You remember that?
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah, so my friend told me he actually went to a conference where he saw them demo it to medical practitioners because that was like the use case. And he said watching it in person was kind of disappointing. It was like, it seemed to make things more complicated. And then he said, because I just recently showed him ChatGPT like 2 days ago, and he was like, this blew his mind away, right? And he was like, the difference between Watson and ChatGPT is mainly just the interface. And that
interesting.
And that's what some of the podcasts I've been listening to have been saying, where it's like, it's the way they design the UX, you know, and the experience of using it that makes all the difference of why it feels magical and like otherworldly.
Yeah.
And I kind of wonder, you know, are we going to get to that with crypto, with NFTs, where it's just like the intimidation of like, I mean, I don't want to have to remember seed phrases. I get why, but it's like, who could you imagine asking anyone to be like, memorize these 17 words or 12 words and then write them down? And it's like,
Write them down. Write them. Not only write them down, but like I think when I first made my seed phrase, like they were like, a lot of people get these engraved in metal and put in their things so that, you know, they never lose it. Like if there's a fire or something and you lose it, you know, like you'll never have access to it. And I was like, okay, this is a little crazy. I was like, this is like, I don't know what to say about that. But okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Ian, what's your proposal? And also, you used to deal with radiologists and voice recognition systems? Yeah, I know there's a valid scenario for the metal thing, but it's also like there shouldn't need to be a valid scenario for the metal thing. But yeah.
But yeah, I'm really curious what the we're probably not going to prompt like the way we are.
No, I think prompting is already kind of dead. Yeah, but okay, let's run this and then we can keep discussing. Yeah, we should discuss while this is running.
Yeah, that makes sense. So let's see. The log directory should be the default. I think that's fine. And then prompt template file. I think that's just whatever.
That's, probably what they use. Oh, I know this.
So I guess we have to know if we're doing a style or subject.
Yeah, and I think I'm doing style. So I just keep it as style, right? But if you were doing subject, you would change style to subject or something like that.
So the only thing is that, well, let me see what yours says. Am I looking at your? Oh, right. So it says style file words, but the tutorial says style.text. I don't know if that matters.
Yeah.
Like, does it just say style and it understands that? I mean, I guess we just stick with the default.
I think I'll just stick with it. And I think if you were doing a subject, you'd probably change this style to subject, maybe. Just right. Actually, you know, there's a way to see.
I'm just reading the wiki.
There's a way to see textual inversion. Yeah, here it is. It's subject. Oh, it does have a style text. I wonder why it updated to style file words. Well, let's just keep it, I guess. I don't know what the difference between style file words and style.
Is there style file words text file in that folder?
Yeah, there is.
Oh, okay. I guess we're good then.
I guess we're good. Somebody come explain the differences between all these things.
And so you have the width height, correct? Yeah. Okay, we're there. Max steps. Let's see.
There's some sort of like, is there some sort of mathematical thing, like depending on how many images you have, you do a certain amount of steps?
Well, in the wiki, it doesn't really say. The tutorial said to throw it at like 40,000, but this is at 100,000. I'm not sure. I guess we could go either way with staying with the default or putting in 40,000.
Let's do 75. No, not 7,500.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the middle. Let's
75,000.
do it. I wish I knew what the difference was too, like doing it larger versus doing. Okay, bye, Ian. I'm gonna read your thing when you get back. I'll have seen it. Do I want to save it to a log directory? I don't think I do.
I'm just reading this. Every time an image is generated, it is combined with the most recently logged embedding. I don't know. Do you want to keep it at the default or do you want to change that? What do you think?
Save an image to log directory every n steps. Save a copy of embedding to log directory every n steps. I guess just leave it. I don't know. I feel like it's going to take up a lot of space if it's saving something every. I guess I can go in and delete it as it goes.
Right. Hold on. Let me see if I can look at this. Continue that tutorial I was looking at real quick. Where the hell is it? Oh, okay. Let's see what this.
Back. Okay. While you're doing that, I'm going to read what what Ian said. AI is currently bad at creating visual representations of language. I believe. Oh, are you going to say? Okay. Oh, image. Disparate AI systems doing different things where the symbology becomes understandable from one AI system to another, with language being created amongst those disparate systems that they understand, but we don't accept by archaeological style analysis. What? Wait. Yeah, okay, so you can't create visual representation. Oh, I get what you're saying. So almost instead of language, we have like symbology. Yeah.
I just left the 500 defaults, so I guess it shouldn't be crazy to do that. And let's see, save images with embeddings in PNG chunks. Not sure if that's bad or not.
I guess you just do default no matter what out.
Yeah, read parameters for text to image tab.
See, I wish I knew what like this meant. Choose latent sampling method.
Well, wait, where are you at?
I'm at the bottom.
Oh, let's see. Because I'm thinking if it's not in the wiki for textual inversion, that is related to hypernetworks. It's just weird
maybe.
It's weird they would be in the same.
It's weird that it's all in the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah. File words. I guess it's fine. I think maybe we're ready to go and just train embedding.
Yeah, let's just do it. Train embedding. Let's see.
Did you click on it? Is it? Oh,
I did click on it.
Let me see what this tutorial looks like.
Oh, that's giving me this. It seems to not be working. No. Don't be. This is great, Ian. I understand what you're saying. I'm also. Yeah. No, I think that's true. Isn't it kind of doing that now? Maybe not. I don't know, but then, yeah, I think it is kind of doing that a little bit. But we have to learn it. So it is human learned. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So in a sense, it is symbolic, creating like a symbol. It's kind of interesting way to think about it, actually.
All right, so you clicked train. I guess what we can do is look at the textual inversion folder and see if it's like generating stuff. Because I think it's supposed to make things.
I don't think it is. It made this. It gave me this weird.
Right.
So let's see, though.
So you should have a textual inversion folder with today's date.
Is the data? Oh, maybe it's the image embeddings. Folders. I made a folder, but I think I made this folder when I made the embedding.
Right. Well.
Oh, do I have to put?
No. It should be putting images into that image folder.
So okay.
I think we might have messed something up.
Yeah. Okay. So I have the embedding. This thing. Learning rate, batch size. I have the data set directory. The log directory. Maybe is this wrong? Because it's just like a name. It's not a.
I mean,
directory.
the
So maybe
tutorial I saw said to just keep it default, and let me go back to the wiki. Yeah, it just seems to be where partially trained embeddings will be written. So I don't think that's like a big deal to
yeah, but
keep it at default.
it's not a full directory though.
What's it under? Textual inversion.
Oh my gosh, how did I lose it? Where am I? It just says textual inversion, but it doesn't have like user.
Right. I think it just knows to go into the textual inversion folder that had those folders with the dates that you were looking at.
Maybe
I
it's
think
too
that's-
big.
Mm.
I mean, those are the only things.
All right, let's take a look at what you've got. I was just reading stuff. So you have the embedding, you have the learning rate, data set directory, log, prompt template with height. Seems fine. And I guess this seems good from what I can tell.
Yeah.
And we did the pre-processing. Although I wonder if those end up somewhere.
They do. I put it in here. They're right here.
Oh, okay. And I guess it did all the flipping and the file renaming.
Yeah, I think so. Let's see. Let's take a look at it again. Yeah. One. It also has like these text documents, but I think they're supposed to be in here.
And are the dates on
I mean, I have
those?
so many.
Are the dates on those today?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so it did that. I wonder what's up with this training. Just looking at the wiki again. The only thing I can think of is it's not playing well with Stable Diffusion 2.1.
Probably.
Yeah. In which case, if we want to just switch it back to like a 1.5.
But that's the whole point, is to train it on a stable on 2.1. I don't want a fucking 1.5. I've done a 1.5, but let's see if you're right. Okay, so if I put it back.
Because what we might discover is it doesn't work for 2.1.
Then how are people making it for 2. Then how are people making them?
I don't think they might be doing a Dream Booth thing, which, obviously we're not doing right now.
I don't think you can make a textual inversion with Dream Booth.
Well, that's what I mean. I think they're using it to make checkpoints. I mean, I'm making this
No,
up.
but look on their Discord. And they have
the Stable Diffusion one, Discord.
They have yeah, let's look on it. Snow. They have fine tunes. Oh, model embeddings. They have these model embeddings.
Model embeddings. Let me check that out. Well, here's a guidelines and info one. Let me check this out. Oh, I guess it's guidelines for posting embeddings.
Yeah. TL embedding trained on 768 still the transformers.
Okay, so I guess it does work. Wait, is it for 2 or 2.1?
That is a good question. It was made today. It says 2.x.
Okay, so I guess it should work. Well, I guess we're either doing something wrong or something's up with automatic doing it.
Yeah.
Is there any tutorials
I'm
on
gonna try it. No, I'll try it with. You're right. Look, it's doing it with 5. Oh no, it's the same thing. I got the same error.
I feel like if it worked, we would see images in the image folder, but I mean, would it make sense to just test it in a prompt?
It's not. Oh.
Like, is it possible it worked and we're just like, we don't know that it's done?
Maybe, but then it would be in. It would be in It would be in here.
In
It would be in here because
I see. Yeah, if it did it right.
Yeah.
I see.
Because I remember Vibewar! Gippo! Is there an error output on the terminal? What terminal, Vibewar?
Oh, I think the terminal, like when you start the web UI, and a black thing comes up with all the yeah.
Oh, CUDA out of memory. Can't do it. My computer can't do it.
Oh, maybe because you're trying it at 768. You need more VRAM. Good call, Vibewar. Yeah, I guess that's it.
There it is. It's doing it. It couldn't do it at 768.
It's doing it at 512.
I mean, it's doing it at 512.
Training finished at. Did it make it?
0 steps. So did I run out again? Training at rate until step 7500. Trace back.
Oh, okay, threw some error at you then. CUDA out of memory. Try to allocate. Now, were you able to train other stuff before?
I did train something. Somebody else is speaking crazy language. Restart the kernel. What does that mean, friend?
Do you mean exit Stable Diffusion and then restart it?
Yeah, probably. Except most of the time, it would just be asking him to explain himself. More or less? Does that mean more or less? Just restart the whole thing?
Yes. I think the answer is yes.
But if I restart, okay, all right. I think my computer might just be too small. My computer. That's what I should have got myself for Christmas. Okay. I also did all of these at 768 because I was like, we'll do 768 training. I should have done 512. I shouldn't have been so greedy. So damn greedy. And I installed the 2.1 768. So maybe I need to do the 512. Did you just open a Coke?
I did. I did. Did it come across like
it did. It did. I was like, damn. It was either a Coke or you like cocked a gun. Some sort of like.
Have you seen those TikToks with the AI voice that they let like cats and dogs talk on it?
No, that's funny. Oh, look, it has an embedding.
Oh, so is that the embedding you just made, or is that some other thing that you had there?
That's the one that I supposedly made.
Maybe. Now it's possible it just sees it, but it has 0 steps trained on it, so it doesn't do anything. But you want to try it out, see?
It probably has nothing trained on it. Yeah. It just was reading the embedding.
So
Cosmolucky. It's 256.
I think let's try that and see if
that is actually true.
Yeah.
It could be from streaming. Though I did do the streaming once.
Well, you could control, delete, and bring up your GPU usage and see how much how much VRAM your GPU is using right now.
Control, delete?
Control, Alt, delete. And that should have an option for, no, don't mess with it then. Because you do it too often, it's going to restart your computer. So.
Yeah. Okay. Now here's my question though. Because I have it on 2.1768, is that causing a problem as well? I mean, I could put this down to 256, but then
I think we should just do the 256 and just see what happens, right? Like, I would like to see it proceed through the steps at all, you know?
yeah, might not be able to. My poor computer, so small. Only has 8 gigs. It won't do it. I think it's too big. You know what? I bet if I go to...
Yeah, we were doing 768 because we're trying to train 2.
Yeah, I'm trying to train 2. So I had it on 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on mute for a second.
Okay, my poor little computer. I bet if I do it now on the not 2, it'll work. But I don't want it. No, it didn't work. Wow. Yeah, tell me about it, Vibe War. I've been doing this for 3 weeks, and honestly, I'm over it. I appreciate you, Stable. I think Stability AI is a great company, but I'm just going to go back to 1.5 because I can't keep throwing my computer across the room. Is my 2.1 model in the same folder as my 1.5 is stored? Yes, it is. Tell me why that is wrong, because I'm gathering from the fact that you're asking it that it is wrong. I just downloaded it and I put it in the same folder. Many reasons? Wait, you're talking to me about granting me access. Future release streams I can rent to add. Let's do it. DM me, Ian. Let's do it. I mean, it's going to get to a point where I'm going to have to get it because it's getting to a point with this stuff that, oh, it should be. All right, great. I'm doing it right. I'm amazingly doing it right then. Okay, well, let's figure this out. How do I find that out about my computer? Is there a thing down here I look up? Do I look up computer RAM? Task manager.
Go to performance.
Performance.
The tab, yeah, and scroll down. It should be a number. Yeah, go down. Yeah, there you go. So you're using 5 gigabytes of VRAM right now?
It's nothing. I still got 10. I still got 11 left. I only got 10.4 left. What? I mean, come on. Okay, I'm going to run it and we'll see. This is going to be hard to... Oh, no, we'll just do it side by side. Okay. Training, it didn't even do it. I mean, it didn't even kick up. It didn't do anything. This is training finished at 0 steps. Nothing happened here. Not even my GPU did anything.
Well, is the terminal saying that you ran out of GPU again? The kernel?
I don't know what it's saying. It's saying sizes of tensors must match, except in dimension. Expected size is 768, but got size 1024 for tensor number 1 in the list.
Oh, Oh yeah, of course.
I don't know, Vibor. I think Gipple fixes everything, right? No, you're. So I guess min size is 768, but it won't let me do 768. Which doesn't even make sense because I'm not even in a 768 checkpoint. I'm in 1.5 checkpoint. Oh.
Are you referencing?
I have no idea what tensors are.
Is it still pointing at the folder where the images are 768? Or where do you have a folder with 512, 256 images?
The images are 768. The images are 768. So maybe I should redo it with 512.
Yeah, I think that might be. Or if we do 256, I think maybe the input images also have to be 256 if we wanted to do that. I don't know. I'm just wondering.
It might be. I'll just redo a thing. Maybe my vectors for token, do I don't know. Create the embedding. And then I will pre-process the images and I will hit them up against this one. This one's 512. And then I'll make these 512. And then I'll pre-process that. Yeah, I want it to be, I mean, there's no point really for me to be doing this because I actually did this on a show like 5 weeks ago or something where I trained one on 1.5. And my whole thing was because the whole thing about freaking stable 2 at point X is it's all about models and training. And if you're not getting the stuff that you want, you should be able to train the models and that is going to make it amazing and your life is going to expand and you're suddenly going to be happy. And I haven't been able to do it. So somebody come tell me how to do it so that my life expands, my brain learns big things, and I create awesome images.
Has anyone in the chat tried to train a textual inversion yet? Or are we all just noobs at this together?
I am guessing from the way Cosmlocky is talking that they've done it. They sound like they've done it. Hacker artist prop plane. Yeah. There is, or that it's a joke. Yeah. The research liberal either. It's just frustrating, slightly frustrating because I have been promised amazing things and I can't figure it out. I don't know why I've gotten this in my head. I think as I listened to their Discord stage when they first dropped 2 and they were like, look, guys, like we know it's a little different, but let me tell you, this is going to be life-changing because you're going to make models and it's going to change your life. And I was like, cool. And then 3 weeks later, I still haven't successfully been able to make a model. And that's just my front. Okay, well, look, it's it. No, pre-processing is finished. Okay, so then we go to train, and we are going to select this embedding, and we are going to do this, and then we're gonna.
Scotty's in the room. I wonder
if he's tell me what to do.
Has he trained a textual inversion before?
Explain why SD 2.1 won't let me. Actually, we all know why. It's my computer is too small. Like my brain. My brain and my computer. We hang out together in this small. Okay. I'm just gonna see if I can freaking even do it. I know. I like, it's not a show or experience with me unless you get at least 5 self-deprecating humor bits. It's just not something everyone has to accept. Okay, and we're gonna try it, I guess. And it's gonna happen. Okay, so it's actually doing something. 7.3. So
is this training on 1.5?
I'm training on 1.5. I have it down to 512.
Okay. I think the point of this would be just to make sure it works the way we think it does. And
Yeah.
Because if this works, then it just means like something's up with 2.1, I think.
It doesn't. I trained it and the same thing happened. It doesn't work. Training is finished at 0 steps.
Oh, for the 512? Okay.
Yeah.
So I wonder what we're missing. Or
can only concatenate list. Not I have heard of the word concatenate before because I used to do a lot of Excelling. So at least but I don't know what that means in this case. So I don't know. I mean, I was able to do this, but it was before their update, before Automatic's update. It's just the thing about can only concatenate list to list. Not none type. Scotty. Great. This is great. So what have we learned? Let's go back. What have we learned? Let's try to okay, well, we're not there yet, but at the end, we're just going to list the things that we learned so we feel a little bit better about ourselves.
Right. I wonder, is there any chance that in the pre-processed image that the existing caption text action might be affecting something?
Maybe.
Since we just put ignore. I mean, I don't feel like it's really in the documentation. I'll double check. Yeah, because that's the only thing where I don't think we really know what that means. I would just assume.
But I'm not using the hyper network. So I have to put something in here? Okay, so you have a defined list on one side, which is trying to chunk together with nothing.
Hello, everybody. This is the voice.
Well, should I put? It won't even let me. It doesn't let me do a drop down. It doesn't let me do anything. Do I have to create a hypernet? Maybe we have to do both. That doesn't make sense.
I mean, yeah.
Images, it gives you.
Let me double check the wiki.
It says train hypernetwork, train embedding. Maybe you have to do both.
I'm just checking the wiki.
Okay, so Cosmo. Bear with me. Okay. I can't connect to none type. Find where the none type is. I guess it's this, because this is the only thing that we haven't entered. But what's interesting is that yeah, when I click on it, though, it doesn't give me a drop down. So maybe I'll just create one. You're stupid. No, I'll be nicer to it. Please. No, okay. I love you. I feel like honey works better than salt. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what any of this means. I'm just going to create you so that it does something, I guess. I don't know. And then if I do this, and then I train. I don't know why this would work.
Okay, I was just reading the wiki.
But I bet I get a different. No, it's still saying type none list. Okay, so that wasn't the none. This wasn't the none. Oh, and now I can't get rid of it. Oh God.
Does that refresh help on the right? No, it's still there. Okay.
No, it just.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
We're doing it.
There are 2 training options. Yeah, train hypernetwork or train embedding, what we're trying to do. Yeah, just helping. We did learn. We learned something. We learned that the none type is not the hypernetwork. Where else is it? Where else is it? Why? My dog is on top of me. Look what they're doing right now. What are you doing? But I didn't set up a hypernetwork. I mean, I guess I could click it and see, but I didn't set up a hypernetwork.
Well, the thing is at the bottom, it says you have train embedding or train hypernetwork. So they're not like the same thing, right? So
yeah, they're not. They're not. And now it's like making me do both of them. Okay, but here's the thing. So we put that, there's still something that is trying to concatenate and it can't. I don't know what it is.
And this is, yeah, it's on 1.5. Huh.
I could try a different checkpoint.
I mean, 1.5 should be fine for what we're trying to do right now.
I know. Oh my God.
What? What'd you do?
I was on the in painting. I was on the 1.5 in painting checkpoint.
Let's see what happens before we start celebrating that.
Yeah. Okay.
It might be the same situation.
Right. Let's not get excited. Never get excited in this business. Never get excited. Load! Why are you taking so long?
Let's be a little more dramatic.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna do it now. Nope. Now it's CUDA out of memory. So that.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Maybe that's better.
We're back. We're back. We had a bit of a snafu because I was just using a fake checkpoint for a while.
Nice.
There. Great. Now we're back to just not having enough memory. Okay, great. Well, everyone go out, buy a computer that's bigger than mine, and give it a shot. I believe in you. I think it'll go great. What did we learn? We learned don't try to do this on a small computer, baby computer. That's how I feel about it.
I don't have any.
I guess
I don't have any training images ready to go because then I'd be training along with you. I'll have to prep that next time.
What's your computer situation like?
I mean, I have a 3090, so I can do it.
Oh.
I just don't have. I still don't have any training images set up.
I have 3090.
Yeah, I'm special.
Let's use my special voice because I'm so special.
Oh, what did you say? I have 6 point. No, do I not have 6 point? What do I have? I have that. I have more. No, wait. I need 6.9 dedicated. Oh, because I've taken up my CPU.
Like you have 8 gigs, but you don't have 6.9 gigs free.
Oh, because I'm doing stuff on it. And probably because of all of those checkpoints that I have saved on this fucking computer.
Well, the only thing though is like you trained it successfully last time, right?
Yeah, I did a long time ago, and it was the first thing I think I didn't have anything on this computer when I did it. Like I hadn't done any model checkpoints, and now I have like 10 of them. And all of those are like 4 gigabytes, right? Or something. I don't even know how
Yeah,
I
but
still have space on here.
But I don't think that's going to affect the VRAM if they're not on. I don't think. But in any case, like I don't think the number of checkpoints you have should affect the
Standard
VRAM being
streaming.
used.
I did it while I
weren't
was streaming last time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you had
Yeah.
all. This is kind of like similar scenario, right? Unless you have a
Yeah.
program running that you didn't have before.
No.
No, so yeah, hard to. I don't know what the difference would be.
I am checking the chat. I just said I was streaming the last time I did it. I'm here. I did miss, and I saw the 6.9. I seen it. I haven't seen it. I love you all. Don't judge me or hate me. Yeah, sorry. Your apology is accepted. I take your apology. Search your Windows search bar for task. Oh yeah, it's up. Processes. What's going on? What do you have taken up? Maybe it's Google? I mean, but I have to have Google. That's the biggest thing. Well, coffee, I don't know. You know what is another question? Can you share these things? Like if you made something, could you share it with me?
Like the PT, the text inversion. I mean,
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what just all the textual inversions you can download off the internet are. Like I should be able to make it and just send it to you, right? And I think it's just the PT file that gets generated.
So I could send you my datas, my images, and you could try to run it and see if it works.
I guess so. Actually, let me try something right now because I do have this old. I realize I do have a thing I was trying with input files. I just never finished it, so I'm going to try that right now and see if I know what the heck.
If it works. Thanks, Quag. We didn't. I mean, we figured some stuff out.
Yeah,
I can't close out Chrome because I'm streaming from Chrome.
Yeah, we learned today at least that how to have love for Christmas and the magic of giving gifts.
True. We did learn about having love for Christmas.
Yeah, it's not AI, but life lessons are. We cover life lessons on the show as well. I don't know if that's in the advertisements we have on Twitter.
It should be.
Yeah, because if we can't figure it out, we can at least manifest some fun stuff.
Okay, that's a good idea. Maybe I have too many tabs open. I do have Discord open. I do have Burmy open. I do have this open. I do have this open. Don't need this open. I don't need YouTube open. Did that change anything? I mean, it got rid of 0.4 things.
So I'm pre-processing some input stuff now.
Okay, wait. You said turn off Chrome's use of hardware acceleration. Chrome settings. Okay, I'm going to do this off screen just because I don't know what's going to pop up. Settings.
All your credit card numbers and.
Oh, I know. Just like my
multiple birth certificates.
Yeah, my social security number. Oh, it might crash the stream. Okay, well, I guess I won't do it then. Oh my God! Whatever. Y'all can fucking find out all my dark, deepest secrets. It's gonna happen anyway. It's the price of fame. Uh, um. Okay. Well. Great. Ugh, another big fat failure, which is great. I mean, it's not great. It's been rough because it's been a busy couple weeks, and the only time I've really had to do this stuff has been on this show, and I haven't figured anything out. Because usually, you spend time in between it, kind of figuring some out, and you have the dopamine hit of like getting something. I haven't had that yet with Stable 2.0, but maybe we will. If anybody knows any new good modeling tutorials too, 'cause I haven't been able to make a good model with 2.0.
Have you downloaded any of the textual inversions from the Discord? I don't know if they are even up there to download.
I haven't. We can try that.
Yeah, let's see if we can download one that was trained on SD2 and see if it runs.
I don't know what the 1.5 Emaoanali model is. EMA only? I don't know, but I was using them. Oh, go ahead.
Sometimes when you download checkpoints, it has EMA and non-EMA options for the checkpoint. I forget what the difference is between them, but
oh, there's a Reddit. I have to go to my other viewing. I have to go to my stream manager here. Click on that Reddit. Yeah, I guess we could try to download one of these things on Discord. Ah, yeah, that's what happened. We figured that one out. The new black. I was using the in-painting model by accident. This guy did exactly what I did. Did exactly what I did. Ugh, makes me feel better. Yeah. I wasn't using the right one. We figured it out. We didn't. Now it's a CUDA error. Now it's a CUDA error. Now it's just my tiny computer not working. All right, stability. Go back to these. I mean, right, I kind of feel a little sketch about just like downloading one of these too, but.
So I'm trying it on the input file, the ones I have on 1.5, and it's training it. So let me see.
It's just my computer is too small.
Yeah, I don't have these at 768.
I also have so many checkpoints on here, but you guys said that didn't matter.
I guess let me see if this will work on 2.1, even though my training images are 512.
This is funny because this person just trained it on 1.5 art to use on 2. Wait, what? Oh, I saw this thing online that they were doing, and I tried it, and it wasn't that great.
All right, so I just tried to run. Yeah. So I just tried to run it in stable 2.1, and it's giving me an error.
Oh, really?
And the error is size of tensors must match except in dimension 0.
Yeah, that's one of the errors that we got.
Yeah,
but so I bet that's because it's not. Is your 2.1 768?
It is, but the training images I have right now are 512. So I don't have. I bet
that's what it is.
Is there a fast way to?
Burmy. Is there a fast way? No Burmy.
No. So what do I?
Burmy, BIRME.net.
What is? Oh.
BIRME.net.
Let me see if I can do this real quick. in the 5 minutes we have left.
I love it. I love it. Down to the moment. Oh, I love it. I mean, somebody's got to do it. Yeah. And then it's pretty straightforward, I guess.
Resize. And what is it? We're 768, right?
Yeah. And then just be sure to hit rename and then like put in whatever your thing is and then like a dash and then XXX. The X's stand in for like the numbers that it's going to put in there.
Right.
So these are all checkpoints, which I can't use because unless anyone's figured out how to make checkpoints, Hugging Face checkpoints work on freaking, maybe we should all go into this diffuser lounge and ask them how to do it. I don't know who these people are. Somebody just freaking tell me. If you could tell me how to make the checkpoints work on automatic, I would love that.
What checkpoints are you talking about?
If you make these Hugging Face checkpoints, like I made a Hugging Face checkpoint last time, remember? And my automatic.
Oh, and yeah, they're giving problems.
Errors out. It errors out with any checkpoint.
I see.
That was made with 2.0.
Interesting.
Checkpoints error out. That's what happened last show.
Is it working for other people though? The checkpoints?
I don't know. I guess so. People are doing it. I don't know. I keep asking. No one's got an answer. I feel like people aren't messing with this much because, and I don't know if this is my thing, but I like even today I was like, are people maybe just not messing with it much because it's just not working out very well? Like, and I hashtag Stable Diffusion too, and like there's like 10 tweets about it. It's like there's not like no one's like using it because I think it's not great. I don't know.
Ouch. Okay.
I don't know.
Hey, call it like you see it.
I really want it to work, but it's not. I don't care. I don't even care about the cold styles. It's like, and it'll all catch up. I think people are just catching up. Like,
what are the cold styles? What is that?
Cold is like, do you know what cold means? Like, basically cut out like, they got rid of a bunch of artists and.
I see. Yeah.
Because if I could make the model that I want to make, then I wouldn't care because I would just be using my model. But I can't do it. And I haven't met anybody. Well, that's not true. Nitro Sock and Angry Penguin seem to have figured it out. But then I was like, it doesn't work. And they're like, oh, actually, okay, here we go. We don't have time for this, but that's fine. Not gonna just give me my friend.
All right, so I updated the folder to have 768 images, and I'm still getting the same error. Let me restart, see if that does anything.
Maybe, yeah.
I love this idea that there's like some grand conspiracy that this is easier than it actually is.
I know, man. I think the problem is with implementing it into some of these tools, like Automatic for some reason can't read the 2.x models. Like it errors out. But then I was told last week that it wasn't doing it anymore, but it still does it for me. So I don't know what it is. And you know what? There's probably just maybe there's just a freaking YouTube video on installing 2.1 checkpoint.
Well, actually, looking at the wiki again,
no.
It does make mention of using like full precision for textual inversion, which might mean you have to actually increase the amount of VRAM it's pulling.
Oh.
Let me check on something real quick. Because I know that was a thing with Stable Diffusion 2, that it runs on full precision. And I think the default for automatic is like, it's at like half for speed.
Oh. So if I fix, maybe that's the issue?
Well, I think the issue is just your VRAM, which you're running into already.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and I think
making
I
was thinking maybe about the checkpoints too.
Yeah, because what happens is, for some people, if you don't have it at full precision and you're on SD2, it just outputs black images.
Oh, that doesn't happen to me.
Yeah, it hasn't happened to you, so let me just check this.
It just literally doesn't work. Like, if I put some of these old models, like here's a 2.0 model, and then if I X out of it and then run it again, it's gonna error. And I have the non-pickle on there. Did I try get pull? No, I still don't know what it means.
Good old git pull.
Oh, did I need to update my Python with the 2.0 version?
I think if it's too new, your Python's too new, it'll actually cause issues. Like, I think you're fine. Like, you're able to generate images, so.
Cosmlocki says.
Because I think I imagine if the issue was Python, then you wouldn't even be able to use SD2.
That's true.
Yeah. So since it's working,
use it. I can make it. Oh, look, it's not. Well, it's not doing it yet. I do have the YAML. Do I have to make a YAML file for each downloaded? Well, here it didn't cause the error.
Yeah, I think if your YAML was not working, you wouldn't be able to just render stuff with SD2.1.
Right.
Because I've definitely had issues with the YAML file, like I didn't do it right.
But I have a YAML for the checkpoint that I downloaded for 2.1, and then I have a second YAML for the checkpoint that I downloaded for 2.0. So do I need to make YAMLs for checkpoints that were made like this Redshift checkpoint? Well, let's see, because now I think the YAML's only for SD2. The base model? Okay.
2 and 2.1, yeah. Because before that, YAMLs weren't like a thing for installing the checkpoints. All right,
but
yeah.
It's a 2.1 model. Okay, well.
Yeah, so I'm running into this sizes of tensors error. So it's not working for me either, even though I do have the VRAM.
Huh.
Yeah, so at least we learned that. We figured that out today.
Yeah. Yeah, see the error. That's what it is. It's error. So I tried to use the Redshift diffusion checkpoint, and it's an error. Okay, I'm gonna try something crazy. We're gonna end. We're 5 minutes over, but I'm gonna try something crazy for a second. It's not gonna work, but I'm gonna try it. And yeah, Coffee resized. He resized. That's what he was doing.
Yeah, so I have all of them. Yeah.
I'm going to make a YAML. Just go with just bear with it. There's a logic to this. Bear with logic. I know it doesn't make any sense to anybody else, but this is what I'm going to do.
Let's go.
I am going to go into my models. I'm going to go into here, and I'm going to duplicate this.
Let's do it.
I guess I'll just copy and then I'll paste it. And then I'm going to rename it to this.
Wait, so what are you doing?
Okay, so I'm making a YAML. This
Right.
I don't think this makes any sense, but I'm making it for this Redshift Diffusion 768 that was made by NitroSock in 2.0. Okay. So it's a 2.0 checkpoint, and all the other 2+ checkpoints that I've had to download, they needed their own YAML file with the matching name.
Oh, I see what you mean. So you're doing it for checkpoints made in SD2?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So this is what I'm going to try. And I mean, it's not going to work, but man, if it works, I'm going to cry.
We're gonna high 10 you, high 15 you.
I mean, if it works, I am dropping them. Like that's the end of the stream. Like and there's not even a sign off. It's just stream ended. It's just like fucking work. Stream ended. Bye. That's what's gonna happen. If it doesn't work, it's gonna be a really sad sign off. There's gonna be tears. I'm gonna talk to y'all about imposter syndrome, and we'll go get a glass of wine and we'll figure it out. No, that wouldn't be. This wouldn't be rage quit. This would be rage. This would be power rage success. Like I figured it fucking out. Ah!
What are you joy quitting? Joy quit. That's what we
Joy
do.
quit. Yeah.
Happy quit. That's right.
Yeah. Biggest brain play of the day, honestly. Okay, so here it is. Here's the moment. You're either it's gonna be so. Where is it?
Moment of truth.
Moment of truth. Moment of truth. It's loading. Hasn't aired out yet.
So when it doesn't work, it just throws an error without the
It throws
YAML.
an error. Just throws a big. I mean, it's not erroring, but it's also not.
What?
Goodbye! Peace out!
You gotta make something. Render
Oh,
something.
no, I
Yeah,
promise.
drop it.
Oh, okay, we're not gonna do it. Oh, fuck! Yes! No, okay, I'm not gonna sign it yet. It didn't error out though.
Yeah.
It didn't error out.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what I think it's Redshift style. This is fucking awesome. We won the prize.
Yeah.
Man on the moon. Doing a dance. Deal with this prompt.
Let's go!
Generate it! Generate it!
Let's do it!
Let's do it!
Let's go!
It's generating it! It's generating it! Oh my god!
We're doing it! We're doing it! Yeah! That's what we're doing today! We're doing it! We're doing it! You have to edit this clip and post it on Twitter. This,
Wow!
yeah!
Peace out! Coffee, I'll talk to you later on DM. Thank you everyone.
Check you later.
Nothing else to say. This is the most amazing experience of my life. I'm gonna go cry.